live on Zoom, and we are looking to trade in less than 2 minutes. CCL will get in if it opens and moves up. Intel looks like we're gonna get in. Intel's sketchy. Intel's already pushed up. I'm sketchy on it. I'm probably not going to trade right away. Let's see how the Dow looks. Alright, we're live. So the Dow shot up and fell. Okay. So I really want to trade Zoom, but look at Zoom. Zoom also loaded up tall. Wow. There's WBA. That thing's fallen. Wow, look, see? Fall. Ooh, NCLH. Let's see if I want to do a put on that. Let's buy that. Let's buy 30 contracts, sure. Here's my entry coming up. Let's see. Buy to open. Okay, this is rising. So this is where I could use some help to look at all 4 of these at once. Okay, so they fell but bounced. Okay, see, CCL and NCLH are both falling, but here it goes. Let's see. Alright, I'm gonna get in. So I'm in. Now, NCLH. In the morning it's always kind of crazy. 30.5 put. This time we're going to sell to close though. We're going to be smart. Limit. Alright, so we got in on NCLH. Now we're looking to see where to get out if it goes the wrong way. Probably get out if it reaches up here just to be fast. Sell to close. Yes. Alright, let's see if this falls below 30.7. Whew, fast trades. Alright, let's see. Come on, down. Struggling to fall. There it goes. Oh, no. Yes, there we go. Good. Now let's see if it keeps falling. So we'll get out of this if it hits up here because it's just it's gotta fall. It doesn't want to fall. It already fell a lot. That's the issue. It fell half a point already. I might stay in this up to 31.2 just to see, but I'm kind of anxious about it. Let's see. Yeah, I'm gonna get out if it reaches above that 31, whatever this is, 30.93. I'll get out. Just 'cause it looks good. Actually, it looks like it will fall. I don't want it to fake me. I don't want it to fall and then like pop up. I don't want it to do a fall and rise. I want it to fall and fall. So this is kind of a moment of truth here. It's got to really yes. Okay, now break further. There you go. Okay, so now it looks good for the fall. Alright, so this is where I'd like to look at other stocks to get in if I had it, but it's a little sketchy I don't like to be in 2 stocks at once right now. I'm not. See, look, I could be in that stock right now. I could maybe be in that stock. See, Intel fell, everything's fallen. Now I'm waiting for Zoom to fall. Zoom's the one I really want to fall. See how it's cruising up to 330 and then it's going to crash right there. I don't know if it will. You don't know. But this is where it gets difficult because it looks like it's struggling to fall. But yesterday I was too quick to judge. There was You got to kind of look at the 5 minute. Well, this is the 30 minute. You got to kind of look at the 5 minute. See, this is the 5 minute. It really gapped down and fell. So like, it doesn't. But this would be a good point to exit at. Yeah, actually. See, my exit was going to be way up here. But I don't want that. I want it to stay down. Okay, let's see if this goes. So it's got to fall below this value. Right there. 55.06. See how it's just stalling here? It's not even... See how it popped up? It's... No one's... Only 140,000 shares are traded, whereas look at the volume on CCL. See, that thing is really... They're almost identical, right? Because they're the same stock, but this is 4... Oh wait, no, NCLH has... Oh good, 2 million shares are traded. Okay, so things are moving. Okay, that's good. See, Zoom isn't traded at all. Zoom is still getting slow to pick up, but this is fallen. Look, Norwegian Cruise Line CEOs to pay more than doubles to over 36 million during the year. So that's the news. More than doubles. A little English here. Yeah, baby. Okay, so now this is fallen. So this opened, what is it? 31.2, 31.4 all the way down to 30.8. That's a 0.6. So we're looking at this to fall to 30.2 now before I need to even worry about it. I am up. I got in. Where did I get in at? Where's my stuff? Here we go. I got in at 36 and 39 cents, and now I could sell right now at the bid for 44. So I'm currently up 10%. Right? That's what you want. You want to get in and be up right away. I have my sell to close, which is correct. See how it didn't fall to 30.2? It kind of struggled. So none of that's good. But it's okay. If I get out here, then, at this point, if I get out here, I might still make money, but I'm definitely not going to lose money. And that's exactly where you want to be. You want to get in. It's just hard when you trade this. Ross Cameron was the king of this stuff. Warrior Day Trader. He would trade 100,000 like in seconds. Like he would get out, he would get in like right here, and then get out like right here. I mean, it was like, bam, bam. He's like, I'm in, I'm out. It's like, what the hell? But he didn't trade options, so he had to put in $100,000 to make this worth it, right? Because this just fell like what, like 0.1%. And so, how do you make money on 0.1% fall, right? You got to put in $100,000 just to make 1,000. So he would be risking $100,000 to make $1,000, but he loves it because now that he's up $1,000, now he can play. So he'd actually be putting more money in right now, and I might put in more money too. Actually, fuck this. Let's see. Do I want to? I kind of want to. That's something else I'm thinking about. Is that to ladder in, not ladder in, but to put more money in. You know what? I'm gonna change this buy to open. See, I can change it on a heartbeat over here, right? Like here's sell to close, and that would cancel my orders. Here's buy to open, and that would buy me more. That's why the other day it's like whoops. But if this falls again, I'm gonna buy, and the reason is I don't know, maybe not yet. What I want to do is I want the stop to be low enough so that if I get stopped out, I still like break even or don't lose any money. And so right now, if I stop out here where I kind of got in, I'm breaking even. So if I were to buy a bunch right now and it shoots up to here, then I would lose money, right? So I don't want to go from a winning position to a losing position. I want to go from a winning position to an even position, and you can only do that if you lower your stop. My stop was originally up here. And so had I got in, you know, wherever I got in, probably around here or something. And okay, let's see if this thing falls again. See, here's the rise, and then here's the fall. See all these long wicks? That means it tried to go up and it rejected. Here it tried to go down and rejected, which isn't good, right? So it's kind of a little indecisive. That's why I'm not itching to pull the trigger. But if it crashes again, I'm gonna buy in. Let's see. Yeah. Here we go. Can it fall? Yeah, I think I'm gonna get in. 37, 38, 36, 37, 37, 35, 36. I think I'm gonna get in. Why not? Let's do this. Oh, rejected. See, it keeps rejecting me. I don't know why. That's so weird. Something with my I gotta find out why. Yeah, something's going on. I gotta call them. At any rate, it's not the end of the world. At least I'm not. Okay, so let me get this set up though. Here's my buying. I'm gonna do my 34.5 puts. I'm going to sell. That's how you do it. Now I'm actually being kind of stupid about this. There's a better way to do this using Thinkorswim. Let's make sure I do this right. Sell to close at the market. So there we are, 30.5. All right, that's my 30.5. But yeah, there's a way to trade here. It's just, I don't know, something about this like really white screen. It's easy for me to see here with all the black. It's kind of hard. And you know, you have to be so fast and you can mess up and it's not forgiving. It doesn't do takebacks. But it's like, just kidding. It's like, no, sorry. So here, this is interesting. So now we're seeing this fall. I still don't feel comfortable moving my stop to here. I would still, you know, I don't know, maybe I would. I would probably move my stop to here just to secure the profits. But like if all of a sudden it shoots up way up to here, I'm not going to get out. But if it shoots way up to here, maybe. But see, it could just form a nice rectangle. See, I mean, like if we zoom out, see this thing, look at that tank. That's how you trade. But like if it goes up here, it could still rectangle here. You know, it doesn't have to like go to here to rectangle. What I'm looking at is a flag interrupting a fall, right? I thought this was my fall and this was my flag, but this whole thing could be a fall because it's going so fast. But look at that resistance at 30. So that's where my resistance is. I'm sketching on. That's where I would normally sell half my shares at this point. I am up, holy crap, I am up like 50%. So yes, I might try to sell at this point half. So I change it to half, sell to close half of my positions. Oh wow, it's gonna fall. You're gonna fall again. Yeah, there you go. See, look at that beautiful fall. But I'm looking for the bounce, and when this thing bounces up, it's gonna bounce up a lot. And I want to get out and lock in some wins just to have it. But I'm looking to, I mean, because who knows? You know, this thing is falling like a madman. But at some point, people are going to realize that. Like the market specialist is going to realize that, and they're going to put the brakes on, and it's going to whoop. And all these people who are like me are like, oh, make money, and it's going to shoot up. When all of us close our positions, it's going to shoot up. And then there's people that are like, no way, Norwegian should be shooting up. And, you know, but look at that. See this? See what I'm saying? Like this thing fell. We're already falling almost 3%, dude. 3%. I mean, I might double my money today. But it took how many trades to double your money on one trade, right? Okay, so here's the pop-up we're looking for. So if it goes much, wow, it's just falling though. Look at that. Lovely. Probably get out there. Just not get out, but I'll probably sell half of my contracts there just to secure the win. See, it's not about making money, it's about playing it correctly. And so you don't want to get greedy and be like, oh, if I leave it in, I'll make more money. That's exactly the wrong way of thinking. What you want to be thinking is, when does it make sense to get out? And when does it make sense to get in? And so because I was able to play with a couple of $1,000s and not just buy one contract, but buy 30 contracts, right now I can sell 15 of them and let the rest ride. So this is the indecision. This is the possible flag we're looking at. But see, it could go all the way up to 30.5, all the way up here, and still be considered a fall. But I really want to lock in these gains at this current bottom. But this is also, remember yesterday I got out too fast, just a little bit too fast, but it was a lot. I could have made another 0.4, which would have made me, instead of losing money yesterday, I would have made money yesterday. Not much, instead of losing 10%, I would have made 10%, but we're up. I've almost doubled my money at this point. So, oh, there's a fall. See, I got in at 37, and I could sell it right now at 72. Right? So that's doubled my money. I just made $2,000, guys, on like 15 minutes of trades. And what did I risk? I risked losing maybe $300 or $400. Right? Not too many people who can do that. But you see how fast that was? Shoot, and I was making pancakes like 2 seconds ago. That's what's up. Making pancakes and day trading. Look at that, baby. Woo, it's gonna go. It's gonna go. Ah, they can't stop it. Good, good, good. Now we are doubling. Now we've doubled our money. Alright, so we're going to continue to see where the next stop is. So we just broke through this resistance. The next stop is 29. So like, shoot, man. Let's keep going. Alright, here's the... So I would definitely get out at 30.25, But here's where I don't want to just get out just because it's fallen a lot. See, a lot of people are like, when do you get out? When do you get out? When do you get out? Because they're worried, because they don't know what they're doing, right? You don't get out because you made money, right? You get out because the trend reverses, right? And so at this point, we're absolutely due for a reversal. So here's the 30. So this is where we should see some movement. But I'm okay if it shoots all the way up to here. But I don't know. Part of me wants to get out here just to lock in that sweet profit. Look at that. See, this is the kind of fall that I wanted in Intel the other day. Yeah. I wanted it to look like that. See, remember when Intel fell here and then it shot up? And like that's, but the difference is this always went down. Even this little uptick was a bad uptick, and then down, and then down. Like I wanted it to fall that quickly. And I knew it could fall that quickly, but Intel was just being lazy. And that's because Intel is heavily traded. Like back in the day, in the 90s, when people used to come in and with machine guns and shoot everyone, like it was crazy. Like people were day trading, and they would lose all their money because they didn't know what they were doing, and then they would you'd come in with a gun and kill everyone. And so they instituted this $25,000 rule, which prevented you from. Yeah, so that's where that rule came up with. No, everyone. They would come in and they would like Florida, Florida people. They would come in and then kill themselves too. But they would come in and kill everyone and then themselves. Just like white males, 30s, 40s, the typical people who kill everyone. This is all being recorded. But yeah, dude, I'm sorry for the families that lost their lives during that time. That is tragic. But so they instituted this 25,000, and really it wasn't the real fault. Were the people who were making money off of those systems, right? Like it wasn't the gold miners that made money. It was the people selling shovels and hats for like $10 a piece, that made the money. And same here, back then in the day, it's like, oh, you want to trade? Okay, well, pay $5,000 to trade and commission and all this stuff. I mean, it was insane. Like I used to trade for I hunted. I was trading Daytech, and I was getting like $10, $15 a trade, and that was outstanding. These things were $30 a trade to trade back then, and so the Nasdaq and NYSE and all those. I mean, everyone was making money except, of course, the people who were losing it all. So that's why I don't. Okay, here we go. That's why I don't mind. I'm gonna get out. Let's see. Sell to close. Yeah, let's just get out. Screw it. All right, I'm out. So 81, baby. So here we are. in at 36 or 39. That's like a 37, 38 out at 81. I just doubled my money. Doubled my money. Had that been $100,000 I was trading, I would have made 50,000, right? For risking to lose, I don't know, 3,000. All right, but I'm not done. I still got 15 shares that I could, lose or gain money on. So we're gonna keep going here. But I just thought I would close out. So let's see, sell to close, 15 shares at the market. So now we're gonna see if we really have to get out. So if we kind of zoom in here, see, it's just, there hasn't even been a chance to consolidate yet. So there's no need for me to get fully out of my position. I just wanted to get on record. Because people are like, oh yeah, you made all that money, but did you really make the money? Yes, that was it, man. That was it. That was 9:31 to 9:49. It was 18 minutes it took. I doubled half my money, so I guess technically I made a quarter of my money, but I'm still up, right? And look, it's still falling. But see how quickly that thing rose? That went from 83 to 9. That that went up like 17 ticks in like seconds. So and now is this gonna fall or is this a rise? Right? Is this something that you don't really know? And so take your profits and right. Yeah. You making breakfast too. What did you make? Anything good? Oh yeah. Yeah, I made pancakes for my little one, but I made the wrong kind. I made buckwheat, and so I put a little cinnamon and sugar in there, so hopefully it'll be alright. But today is a good day, so today I will actually be able to. Okay, so see now what I should be doing is looking at my other stuff here. I'm getting complacent. So that would have been a good entry to get in. I would have gotten in here, and then, but, it's okay. How's CCL doing? That would have been a great trade to get in, I could have gotten in there, but it was the same trade. AAL, this would have been a great trade to get in. Shoot, right? I could have put in 2,000 here, 2,000 here. How's Intel doing? Intel fell like I thought. It's all falling. I'm waiting for this guy though. This is the one I want to get in on. I'm just waiting for it to crash, and it's just not crashing like it should. It's okay. Alright, this is so see, it looks like, oh my gosh, it's going up, but if you look at the 5-minute, it's not, right? So it's kind of like, this could go all the way up to 30.25, this could go up to 30.5, right? This could go all the way up to here, and still it could fall later. Now I'm not going to play that. I'm going to probably get out right now. Actually, if this thing pops up any further. And the reason I'm getting out is because it really, at 30 was resistance. Right around here was resistance. From earlier back in the, see back here, here's the resistance. Right around there. See, right there is resistance, and you see how it's struggling right there. So because it's struggling right at the, but see, it should struggle there, right? It should be struggling there. This is a sign of correctness. I'm not worried that it's struggling there, but at the same time, I'm not just going to watch all my profits go away and be like, yeah, look, see, I'm right. I'm losing all my money. Good. And I don't want that to happen. But I do want this to fall very soon. Okay, there's the fall. 6, there it is. Good. So now it's falling, so now this is confirming that this may be an actual consolidation before the real fall. And look, it hasn't even been 5 minutes. We haven't even had a, this is technically normally a consolidation should be a yellow, and it's the fact that the consolidation is still a red means this thing is just tanking. But I wasn't able to post my video last night. I made a sweet video about analyzing all this stuff for days, and that just finished at like, I don't know, I went to sleep at like 11 or something. But it is posted on my YouTube playlist, so someone could have watched it and prepared for today, supposedly. But the main thing is that I got it out there, right? It's what is it called? Like testimony. Like I'm proving that I'm not just throwing darts. Like I fully analyzed these 6 stocks, including NCLH, and I talked exactly about this. I even look at this. I even said here on NCLH, may stall at 31. Let it. Should fall to 30, right? Damn. Like when you're in the zone, like, oh, it feels good, right? It doesn't feel good. I mean, it feels good to make money, right? But it really feels good to be in the zone, right? It feels worse. I can't say that it's almost like if I made $1,000 because I played it correctly, I would feel better than making $1,500 playing it incorrectly, right? Um, because this is a long-term game, right? I mean, you win one baseball game and you think you're hot, no, right? You got to win 30 or 40, then maybe you got something going for yourself. And that's the same thing with trading. Like people are like, "Oh, did you make money on Bitcoin? Did you make?" It's like that's one trade. What do you mean? You're going to retire off of one trade? Good luck, right? You got to make thousands of trades. And so when you say that and you see people get, deer-eyed and all that, it's like, yeah, exactly. You don't know what you're doing, right? You got in on a hint and you got out. You have no clue whether you should get in or not. You probably lost some of your money and you're not showing people that, all that kind of stuff. It's like you gotta be trading every second, every day, and on average of all those trades making money. Now now you're trading. And even then you can blow yourself up. You want to read a good book. It's a great book. It was written in like 1930. It's called Diary of a Stock Operator. They didn't used to be called traders. They were called stock operators. Diary of a Stock Operator by Jesse Livermore. And this dude would walk in. That was back with ticker tape. Okay, so here we go. We're going to get out soon. It just doesn't do what it's supposed to do. I like it because it fell below 30. This is just like yesterday when it was like falling. I wasn't sure if I should get out, and then as soon as I got out, it tanked. So I'm like, oh, I don't want it. And I'm so up on profit. See, it's so much easier to let it ride a little bit right now, but I want to be disciplined, So now we're seeing a yellow here. So now I would say, if at most I would get out up here like this. Or whatever. It's almost the same one, isn't it? I don't know which one's which, but right up there. Let's see if I can get rid of that one. There we go. So the idea is that it shouldn't. If I was to buy, like look at it this way. Let's say I was bullish on NCLH and I was like, I want to get in. Where should I get in? Well, you want to get in when it fully reverses the previous trend line, the previous candle. So now this is not a time to get in, but if you wanted to get in, you would get in at like 30.15. This would be a spot, and so people are trying to get in here, and so I'm gonna get out soon. See how this is this is up, 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 up. It's still got to go up to 0.15, so it's still got a little bit ways to go before it shoots up. And you can see that it kind of has this rounding top, but it's pushing up there. And the thing is let's say I get in, let's say I get out, and then it crack. I can still get back in, right? And I can lose some profits. Honestly, I probably won't. That's the one thing is once I make profits for the day, I'm good. Like I'd rather end a day positively than keep trading and burn myself out. Because I am human, and it's hard if you make a real big win and then you eat up half of your profits, It's like, yeah, I doubled my money, but you can also lose half your money pretty quick too. And that's just the thing, right? You've got to double your money to equal losing half your money, right? If you keep trading the same amount, like let's say I made $2,000 right now, and then I start trading $4,000 instead of $2,000, I'm doubling up, and then I lose half my money on a trade. Well, then I just lost all my gains. So it's kind of, But at the same time, if you made all that money, you don't want to trade with like just $2,000 again. But you know, you gotta watch. That's where you gotta kind of watch your, not your psychology, but you gotta have a good strategy. And to be honest, I don't know. Let's say this stock went up 10 times. It just like I don't know. For some reason, it just dropped to like 23 bucks or something crazy, and I just made like $20,000. What would I do? You know, would I trade with $20,000 or would I trade with $2,000? But I don't have an exact strategy if I win like I'm supposed to be winning. And that's just because in my life I've never had the three things. I've never had the money, the time, and the right trading style. I've always been missing one of the three. And the last time I traded with the right time and money was back. I don't know when it was. It was like maybe back in 2013. No, 2005, 6, something, 7, somewhere around there. And see, here we go. That's the fall. See? Bam. Wow. $1. Tripled the rest of my money now. Shoot. See how I wanted to get in up here? If I could have gotten in up there, I would have, you know what I mean? I'd be up even more. So I'm kicking myself a little bit for not checking in with TD Ameritrade and wondering why my account is not letting me do it. But it's okay. It's okay. I'll figure it out. Something. It could be because I'm so close to the $25,000 limit that's why it's not letting me do more. It's hard to say. Because that last trade yesterday, when it kind of went sideways a bit, it really it brought me really close to going under 25,000. But then by the end of the day, I ended up with like almost 27. So you know, because we predicted it right. But this is great. This is just really fun. It is shooting up a bit here, but that's okay because this is a downward trend, right? We didn't know what it was doing, and here it's down, but it's up less than the previous one, down more than the next one. So you know, as long as this doesn't shoot up beyond like 30.1, like I'm still happy, right? I'm really looking to see how this behaves around 30. I don't want this thing to shoot up much higher than 30. It should stay below 30. And that's because the previous resistance so this is the time I'd want to look at the Dow. I'm just a little sketchy. I want to get out of here if it shoots up on me, because it can really quick. So I got my finger on the sell, triple checking myself to get out at market at the right amount, all that stuff. Ooh, look at that. It's going down. Wow. See, it should have got up a little higher. If you see the trend line, oh no, here it is. This could be the trend line down. This could be the trend line down. We're forming this nice little channel. You can even see the channel from all the way up here, all the way down. Right? This is almost like this is how you have to kind of watch, you know, how you want to do some real-time technical analysis, right? Like there you go. There's the downward trend. And now let's duplicate that. And now let's put that up here. See? That's how you do technical analysis. You find 2 points or something that's obvious, and then you duplicate it, make a parallel line and move it up and see, is that obvious? If it is, ooh. So see how that is? So this should fall all the way down to 29 at this point. Now there's a micro trend here. There's a micro channel right there. You see that? So let's see, see, this is the major trend we're seeing from the opening and all this stuff, but there's this micro trend happening here. See, it channeled down here and then it kind of channeled up here. So it doesn't have to fall down. It could fall down to maybe 29.5, but it's got to fall down to 29.5, right? Otherwise, we're breaking trend. If it shoots up, now it's becoming, and it's okay because look at this beautiful fall. Look at that. Okay, I'm gonna look at the Dow Jones just to see what's going on with this guy. See, the Dow wasn't even doing much. I mean, it did fall, but it's kind of like futzing around. Zoom still's being up here. It's just really funny. This was not the right trade. Intel was not the right trade. CCL was not. I got in the right trade. Yep. The only other trade was AAL. That would have been one to get in, and that's probably because U.S. oil is falling too. No, not that much. A little bit. U.S. oil and the airlines are kind of interlocked because airlines. What's the number one expense on airlines? Food, oil. That's what really dictates. Wow, this just fell again. You love it when it's like it's falling and like you don't even you like you check back. You're like, oh shoot, I'm just up. Like now I've quadrupled my money. Wow, that's nice. Jeez. So I got out a little too soon, like we said, but on some level, it's okay. Look at that. Look at that. But now I'm letting it ride. So that's the way that you should trend. You should overextend yourself in the beginning with a super, super tight stop, right? I was risking $2,000. If I had lost all $2,000, I would have gone below my $25,000 limit. So I was risking a lot, although I would not have lost all my money. I would have lost maybe $1,000. But that was a lot for me, right? I'm risking half of my trading account, right? Even though I had like 27,000. I didn't want to ever go below 25, so I really only had 2,000 bucks. I was risking losing 1,000 of that on that trade. So I put it all in way up here, and then it fell, right? I had a super tight stop, and then I think I got in around here, and I had my stop almost here at one point. And then when it fell, I was like, okay, Tua, you're risking a lot. What happens if the internet goes down? What happens if I get a blackout? What happens if I don't know, something crazy happens, I don't have redundancy, I can't have you log in and close my position. I guess I could call on my phone and do it, but I mean, stuff could happen. Back in the day when I was trading with Ross, we would get halts. The stock would shoot up so much it would halt for like 10 minutes, and that means you can't even trade. You're not even allowed to trade. See how it hit that bottom channel, and now it's closing up? That is only done through technical analysis. So now we're up at 20.7 you might want to get out at. But look at all these. These are all my stops, my mental stops. Boom, 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 boom. So that's like profit, 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 profit. So where's my next stop? Way up here? Nope, I gotta lower it. So we'll put it like here maybe. Oh, I gotta switch my drawing tools. Oh, it's so much fun when it works. I mean, this is super vindication because we struggled this week. All right, I'll probably get out soon. There it is. See the rejection? But I'm gonna let it shoot up a little bit more. See how over here the thing fell down and went all the way back up? But I'm not going to close my position out of fear, or ADD or anything like that. You know what I mean? I want to close my position because it was the right time to close it. The right place. Now, there's not a good place to close here, but you don't want to just eat all your profits all the way up either. And this is a strong bullish signal. So, this is a time to probably get out, but I'm going to wait to get out at maybe 29.85. Yes, I could have quadrupled my money instead of just tripling my money, but you don't look at that. You look at where to get out. Because if this thing struggles, see, like it's doing, and I had gotten out, but see, this is an upward trend here. Up, 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 up on the tick. And here's the downward trend, so that's the rejection that we're looking for. That's good. That's good. So this fell, so this is my trend line now. It's kind of going up here, so... But clearly, if this thing goes up to 20.82, see, now it's going to go up again. Now I'm going to put a little line here for me. If this thing, because now it's been going up and up and up and up, and now it's going down, down, rectangling a little. So this is where we decide what goes on. But you don't want to stop out too soon. I've already made all my money. I could lose this entire position right now. The stock could go to zero, and I could lose my entire position and still break even. I'm not going to, but that's the feeling you want. And that's the only issue with laddering in, right? If I had laddered in where I said, well, I would have gotten out. I would have laddered in, doubled up, and then I would have gotten half out there. So at this point, I would have made a little bit more money, and I would still have 30 contracts in. So that would have been ideal. But you do want to have a strategy for getting in. Like, how can I put it? I do want to put all $25,000 in, but only if I'm up 25,000, if that makes sense. So like, because I'm up $2,000, I can risk losing another $2,000 because then I'm broken even, right? And so that's kind of how you want to ladder in, is when you're up a ton and it's falling, or you're up a ton and it's rising, then put more money in, right? You would be kind of stupid not to. Like, oh, I don't want to put more money in just because it's a lot of money. See, now you're playing out of fear. You got to play the market if it's moving. But now this is, see how it really rejected, see how much, boom, 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 in 5 seconds it shot up. So this could be a rounding top, you know, that will instigate a fall, but this broke the trend right now, and I think I'm gonna get out. Where are my stops? Okay, so this is my super tight stop. This is my like stop I created earlier, but here's my yellow. All of this is suggesting that I get out soon. Look at that, how quickly that moved up. Now I'm going to see how it behaves. See how it shot up and then fell right back down? That's because people knew this line here and they wanted to capture people. But I think I'm going to get out very soon. Now I'm looking at time of sales, looking at how much red there is. Bam, look at that fall. See, this is why this is a small little double top. Double top means it's going to fall. There's the fall. Ooh, it's falling. Okay. It's going. So I had a fake stop here, in case it was just ramping up, but I kind of had a feeling it was just blowing off some steam. At this point, we need to get out if it goes up again, because this is definitely not falling. It's got to fall all the way back down. It already broke the trend, right? It broke all of my trends. It's rectangling, all that good stuff to suggest to get out. So I'm poised to get out. But it did firmly get a rejection up here, but not after pumping out people. So this is the first real consolidation that's happened. I mean, we're talking 7:15, man. It's only 45 minutes in. The other issues, I would like to get I got 15 more minutes. It's funny, my time constraint is when I get my son up. So this is a little bit of a moment of truth. See how it behaves. See how it's kind of like it fell, had a nice strong rejection, but now it's like wobbling. But you see how it's wobbling and it's getting bigger? Like this is higher than the previous high, and this is higher than the previous high, but it keeps going down. This is a broadening wedge. And that just denotes that there's energy there. Now the energy could either move up or down. Looks like it's moving up. But you don't know, because it keeps falling. Back down to 29.65. See? Strong rejection down, strong rejection up. A lot of energy. Something's going to happen. Whatever this next trend is, it's going to move a lot. And that's just my only concern. Alright, I'm going to get out. I'm out. Alright, guys, that is it. So I got in at 37, I got out at 81 and 95. I tripled my profits. So I started the day. Now I didn't. It turns out I wasn't really risking $2,000. Maybe I was only risking 1,500 or so. But doubled my money. Right, that's it. I doubled my money. We can actually calculate how much money I bought in. So 39 cents and 36 cents. So that's 37.5 cents. I got 30 contracts, but each contract is really 100 shares. So I actually risked $1,000. So again, I don't know why it rejected my buy to open again. I really don't. We'll find out. It'll probably say something like didn't have enough buying power. Your buying power would put you below 0. So something's. Well, I only invested 1,000. Yeah. Yeah. So, let's see. Well, let's see. So 0.95. Well, what's the average of 95 and 81? All right, let's just do it divided by 2. So I really got out at 88. So I got out at 88, and then I got in at 37.5. And then, so I made 50 cents, but my initial investment was at 37.5. So I made 134%. So if I invested 1,000, I made 1,300. Right. But again, it's not about the dollar amount; it's about the percentage amount. This is going to go on record as making 135% in less than in about 45 minutes. Right. Because the idea is the only reason I didn't play with $25,000 is I haven't made $25,000 in profit. But you can bet that, I don't know if I'll trade tomorrow. It's Friday. I got kind of obligations in the morning, on Fridays. But when I trade again, I'll be trading with $3,000, not 1,000. And so, you just kind of follow the trend. Like 1,000 became 3,000. 3,000 might go up to 5,000. 5,000 go up to 10,000. 10,000 go up to 20,000. 20,000 goes up to 40,000. 40,000 goes up to 80,000. 80,000 goes up to 160. So that's the power of multipliers. Is that when you look at it, if you don't quite know the math, you're like, oh, Tua, you only went from $1,000 to $2,000. You only made $1,000? No. I doubled my money. And it's like, oh, you only made $2,000? How are you going to be a millionaire off of that? Well, if this took like 6 trades to get there, and this took 12 trades to get there, right? And now I'm at 18 trades. That's not luck, right? Now, yes, if I went from 1,000 to 8,000 in 3 trades or in 1 trade, that's luck. That's like buying Bitcoin and it going up, right? But this is over 18 trades I made this money. There's no way you can be lucky. And we keep going. Like how much proof do we want, right? So, at some point, so my goal is to get up to around, 16,000 or so, 10,000, proving it that I can do this. Because then you just add a 0, right? Then you just add a 0, right? Then it's then you're looking at $10,000 becoming $20,000, becoming $40,000, becoming $80,000, and now it's like, oh, we needed that house, cool, right? Here's 100,000. I'll drop back down to 60 because I know I can pull that up to 120 in one day, Or like maybe we don't buy the house. Let me just get this to 320. There's no difference, and that's the thing people don't understand. Is like there's no difference between going from 1,000 to 2,000 and going from 160,000 to 320,000, right? I had to buy 30 contracts to get 1,000. So to invest $1,000 cost me 30 contracts. If I wanted to invest $100,000, it would cost me 3,000 contracts. Now, can I buy 3,000 contracts of NCLH? No, right? You try to buy. There's only 3,000 contracts available, and that's the issue, right? But I could buy 100 contracts, right, without it changing. I could buy 200 contracts. So that's why um, you got to be a little. That's why you can't make millions off of just trading one, right? At most, I can only buy maybe $3,000 or $4,000 of NCLH. So, in order to invest $160,000 or $100,000 using options, I've got to buy 30 different options. Or I start having to buy things like Intel. Well, Intel's still low too. I got to buy things like Tesla, right? Tesla is $10, right? So Tesla, I could maybe buy 100 contracts of Tesla, and it would be okay. So 100 contracts of Tesla at $9, and you buy 100 at a time. So that's 90,000. So I could invest 90,000 in Tesla in one trade. But see, I'm limiting myself. So you can't trade hedge funds. You can't make millions of dollars a day off of this. But you can make $10,000 to $20,000 a day, no problem. And $10,000 to $20,000 a day, right? That's 50,000 a week. That's 250,000 a month. So you can make 250 a month. You can make a few $1,000,000 a year, and that's why honestly some people who have success do open up centers, do create hedge funds. Because once I'm making $1,000,000 a year, well, I have to trade every day, right? And so what kind of freedom is that? If I have to trade all the time. Now the way I trade, it's only 45 minutes. I don't mind. But if I have the opportunity to take on $100 million hedge fund and make $1,000,000 a month, and I don't even have to risk my own money, or I could risk my own money and make 200,000 a month. It's like then it becomes. So there is a limit to what you can do with options, but this is how you cut your teeth. And so I was saying Jesse Livermore, he would walk in, and this was ticker tape, but Jesse, Diary of a Stock Operator. It's a small book, but this guy would come in off the street, just off the street, and grow like $10 to $1,000. Reminiscence of a stock operator. That's what it is. Reminiscence of a stock operator. This guy was crazy, and like he wasn't like a bum, but he wasn't like super rich, and he would just read that ticker tape, that was printing out this little paper, like it looks like the same thing when you go to the meat market and you pull your number, C35, C36. It looked like that, but it would just pop out numbers, and in the stock market was composed of maybe a couple hundred stocks, so it had to show all 100 stocks before it would show the next one again. So you're only getting updates every like few minutes. So he would look at that ticker tape and read it and go buy, and then he'd read it and he would go sell, and he would grow from 10,000 to 100,000 in minutes. And that's what this book is about. And then he would lose it all. He would just blow it all. And that's the one thing that you got to be careful of is how do you. So he just kept risking. And so instead of instead of playing with his gains, he was playing with everything and risking everything, because there were no options back then, right? So that's not what I want to do, but that's why you have to have some discipline. But that's it. This thing is now. You can see the Dow Jones has absolutely not decided to do anything fancy today. It did fall like we thought, like I was predicting it would fall, but it didn't fall below the 3350. It kind of did. We'll see if it falls more, but at this point we are done. AAL. Whoa, look at that. Woo. Jeez. So that happened in a second. But this was another great trade we could have played. So this was another. So if I had invested 10,000 in NCLH, I could have invested 10,000 here. I could have invested 10,000 here. So that's 30,000. Intel, maybe. I wouldn't have made money on it, but I could have. So that's 30,000 here. This is still falling. That's 40,000. And then Zoom, I wouldn't have traded because it didn't do what I wanted. I would have maybe shorted here, but I'm not. So I could have traded $30,000 today. So it's possible to trade, you know, 30, 40, 50, and that's only with 6 stocks. I mean, there's 6,000 stocks you can trade, right? Like, I haven't even begun to look at Apple, you know. I need more eyes, exactly. But first, I need traction. Now, what's the interesting thing is that what I'm doing is the absolute hardest because I have very little money to risk, and you know you're tempted to put all your money into it when you shouldn't. And I'm putting it all in one stock. What if NCLH just shot up for some reason? Like Zoom, I was so convinced it was going to fall today. What if I had bought that and I missed the NCLH trade? So when you can trade 5 or 6 stocks, you can make more money because you can play your strategy. Whereas if you only trade one stock and you happen to choose the wrong one, then you know, sorry, you know, you're out. So getting that initial traction is tough. When Ross started with like $500 into his account and tried to raise it to $1 million, he lost it all. He went from 500 and kind of got up to a few thousand. He kept leveraging all of his money, had one bad trade and lost it all. He started over. He doesn't share that much, but he actually started over. He traded for a year, lost his money, recuperated, traded again, and then he took $583 and turned it into $1 million. And that was pretty epic. It took him about a little over a year to do it, about a year and a half or so to do it. $500 to over $1 million. But that initial traction to grow that from 500 up to about 30,000 is very, very, very difficult. So that's what I'm doing now. So that's why if you can cut your teeth, that's why I don't advise people to put in like 30 grand and start trading with it because you haven't cut your teeth. You know, put in $500. Only make 3 trades a week. See how you do. See how it feels to lose $500 in a day. See how lose your money, pay your tuition. You know, get used to it. I mean, I've been trading. Shoot, like 20 years ago, I was trading $100,000. In seconds. So I know exactly how to trade $100,000. You know, does anyone else? No. So what business do you have trading 30,000 when you've never traded 100,000? You know, so it's kind of, you know, you gotta cut your teeth, but you don't have to be stupid about it. You don't have to take 20 years like I did to learn this stuff, right? You can learn it faster if you have a mentor. Not that I'm trying to be anyone's mentor, but at least I can, because you know I gotta make money here, but at least I can show people stuff, and that's what these videos are about. So this will go live, this will go up there, and I don't know. I guess that's Money Professor Tua Rust getting ready to sign off.